What do you do? Welcome to Club 32, the Gridiron Podcast, the People's Podcast. We keep it real, no fluff, no filters. I'm your host, Ron. They got a special co-host with me, my boy Reese. Today, we came back to recap the matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's dive into it. But before we get into all that, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and stay in the loop with Club 32. Let's get into it. Joe Flacco just turned back the clock on Thursday Night Football and maybe saved Cincinnati's season in the process. The Bengals didn't just win, it looked like they resurrected. It looks like they was really trying to get back in that 40-40 bowl, had more than what people expected. People saying it was going to be a high energy, high flying, or had the potential to be a high flying, high scoring game, and it didn't disappoint. Um, you was able to check the game out. How you feel about it, bro? Like, what's your take back from it?
Man, that had me disappointed, man. I picked the Steelers to win.
Yeah, we did too. It's okay. It's
Yeah,
all good.
Joe Flacco showed why he's Joe Flacco. Why he got 29 comebacks.
Hey, hey, talk about it. Talk about it. Hey, look, for real,
Somebody said he had the best two receivers he ever played with.
it might be
Yeah,
honest. And things like that, you'd be surprised what that'll bring out you.
yeah.
You being like, I mean, look at Daniel Jones. Beauty said the same thing. This is the best roster he ever played.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, things matter. I mean, they do. They matter. I mean, it matter. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was just to me. It was just fun to watch though. For real, for real. Even though the team I was
Sure,
on was off,
it
but
wasn't a
it was just fun to
disappointment.
watch both quarterbacks. Just like,
People
oh,
thought it might be like a low energy, maybe defensive type, or like. But I mean, yeah, yeah. I'm glad it was what it was for sure. That was a good game. We gonna look. We're gonna jump into the overview and really get to look and break down and see some of the things that happened throughout the game. Let's talk about it. Look, on Thursday Night Football from Paycor Stadium, the Cincinnati Bengals edged the Pittsburgh Steelers 33-31, one of the wildest finishes of the season. Joe Flacco started in place of Joe Flacco started in place of injured Joe Burrow, threw for 342 yards and three touchdowns, outdueling Aaron Rodgers in a back-and-forth primetime duel. The Bengals snapped a four-game losing streak and moved to 2-5, while the Steelers dropped to 4-2, missing a chance to tighten their grip on the AFC North. I still feel like they have a chance to do this and pull it off. It might, close the gap a bit, but it's not out of reach for. I mean, honestly, not. I mean, depending on how the Bengals play, they have somewhat of a favorable schedule.
yes,
I mean, they have look, they can stay alive, and
yes.
Pittsburgh can keep doing what they're doing, and they'll be
Mm-hmm.
all right. They owe them one now, so I think it'll be okay. But no, for sure, I think that Cincinnati is really showing something that maybe people didn't expect coming. I mean, no one expected them to acquire Joe Flacco, but
Yeah.
here we are. And I mean, in his first game, in his second game, I mean, he looked good in his first out, and I mean, he held it down in his second. Coming on the short week, you know what I'm saying? Being able to face a divisional opponent, being that you're what? He'd have been to a new team and had to play two games in under 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's not bad for what you get from a 40-year-old. I mean, hey, say what you will, the performance is what it is. I like what I saw, man. What do you think from what you saw from Joe Flacco? What do you think he really showed people?
He ain't surprised me. He really didn't. It was it was like old Joe, cool Joe, like for real. Where he just standing in the pocket, he just doing. This man was running too. This man even did something like the touch push.
Yeah.
So like he I don't want to say he wanted it more, but it's like I said, it came down to like which team defense was gonna step up. Pittsburgh defense couldn't stop couldn't stop Joe Flacco or Jamal Chase all day, and that's a little secret weapon. When anything go wrong, throw it number one.
Hey, that was the safety blanket for sure.
Yeah,
And look,
for real.
honestly, look, uh, I'm gonna go over some of my notes. A couple of key moments and turning points in the game. First half fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Like Rodgers came out slinging. 4 touchdowns before halftime, including a 68-yard strike to Pat Freiermuth that gave Pittsburgh the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, like, the Bengals' response, Jamar Chase ignited the crowd, hauling in a 45-yard bomb to set up a touchdown before halftime. The shift, late in the third, Chase Brown's 25-yard burst flipped the field position, setting up McPherson's first of 4 field goals. Fourth quarter clutch. Rodgers' second interception flipped momentum. Flacco took the Bengals 75 yards in 90 seconds for the go-ahead score. In the final drive with 7 seconds left, even McPherson drilled a 36-yard game winner, sealing the 33-31 Bengals victory. That was the moment Cincinnati flipped its season from collapse to comeback. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're going to witness, what they're going to do with the moment.
Yeah.
What will Cincy do with the moment? What do you think the moment? You think what do you think? What do
I
you
don't
think they're
think the
gonna do?
moment's too big for them. I really don't.
I don't think it's that
They,
big of a moment, but it's the pressure on to continue to, you know, I would say succeed, if you will.
um, the pressure always been on them to succeed, but they just want to go like they've been rolling. Like they just said, like get on the street. That's all they take. Get on the street. And they got 2 favorable opponents coming up next. And Pittsburgh schedule don't get no easier.
You
We
know,
still know what's gonna happen with Baltimore. So yeah, and in that division, and then you get Joe Burrow back healthy. Well, right now you're rocking with the old guy.
hmm
Well, he's proven. So I mean, that's all. That's all those receivers needed was a quarterback that could get them the ball. Just get them the ball and let them work. That's all it is.
mm, yeah,
And
it didn't
and
take much,
then
like you said.
yeah, defense stepped up, run game stepped up. That's the recipe right there for a win. Special teams. So they won all phases of the football game yesterday. Just by having, I feel like they won that just by having Joe Flacco. They watched him all week in practice. They knew what they had at the end of the game Sunday, so they knew what they was coming into. So like yeah,
Hmm.
so,
Look, okay, you're right. You're right. They did. That was a good game. That was a good game. And I just want to give a couple, put the spotlight on a few player performances. Some things that stood out through the night. From Joe Flacco, I think he had a standout
mhm,
night. He went 31, 47, 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Showed composure, poise, and he was very commanding on the final drive. Jamar Chase, franchise record night, 16 catches, 161 yards, and a touchdown. Practically unguardable, just like you said. Chase Brown had a breakout performance. 108 yards on the ground, reigniting Cincinnati's run game. And they can keep that going.
mhm, yeah,
T. Higgins, heads up decision, sliding after a long game to let the clock management set up the winning kick.
you better slide.
Evan McPherson, money, 4 for
Mm,
4 on field goals, including the game winner. Aaron Rodgers, mixed bag, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, flashes of brilliance, but 2 costly plays. You know what I mean? So
mhm,
look good. What happened? Jalen Warren, 127 rushing yards on 16
mm,
carries, hard nosed, efficient, consistent. That's the Jalen Warren I've been looking for. That's the one I've been looking for.
yes sir.
Keep it up, bro. Proud of you. Pat Freiermuth, 68-yard touchdown highlight. Hey,
Mhm,
that was a bright spot in a good moment, man. You know what I'm saying? Put up effort to try to make it happen. And
yes
and
sir.
I congratulate that. Like shout out to Pep. Shout out to Pittsburgh, man. Look, y'all
Yeah,
look good game.
good game.
Good game for sure. Yeah, they owe them one. They gotta come see them. It's
Yeah, they
okay.
see him in 3 weeks though. That's all good.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay. It's okay. And get back. But that
Yeah,
definitely But shout out to her. And honestly, the Steelers defense, man, created early pressures, broke down late. But look, hey, just find a way to finish strong. And Mike Tomlin to do that. I don't have to say nothing. They know what they got to do, but they know they can do it. And it's glad you got exposed early in the season. Get your shit together. It's time.
Yeah.
Come on, Steelers Nation. You know what you got to do.
You gotta win coverage.
Look, I'm telling you. Look, let's look over a couple of the stats right quick. You know what I mean? Steelers had 362 total yards. The Bengals had 431. On third down efficiency, the Steelers were 3 of 10. The Bengals were 7 of 13. Turnovers, Steelers had 2. The Bengals had 0. Red zone touchdown percentage, 80% for the Steelers, 66 for the Bengals. Time of possession, Steelers had it for 29-11. The Bengals had it for 30-49. Pretty split on the time of possession. Steelers dominated in the red zone touchdown percentage. Lost in the turnover battle. Were less efficient on third downs, and the Bengals put up more total yards. I told y'all they was passing better than them boys.
Yeah.
And the metrics, and like I said, I don't know, but hey, we all pick the Steelers, man. But like I said, don't be surprised.
You said that.
Don't sit here looking like, I told you. But look, I want
yesterday.
Don't thank you. Appreciate the
Remember yesterday you said,
I live for these.
You said, would you bet your rent money? I said, hell no.
Hey, I was looking at that. Be some homeless motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, man. Because I kept saying it like defensive running game, man.
Yeah.
And those two showed up yesterday. Like I asked who's gonna guard DK. They showed me. You gotta make yourself famous.
They did that. I mean, when you look forward, if you look at their next couple games, they got the Jets. They host the Jets and the Bears. They got back-to-back home games, so they at home. And coming off this Thursday night win, they got a 10-day rest period before their next game. They host the Jets, who I personally think gonna beat Carolina on Sunday. I can't speak for that one yet. But next 2 home games, they host the Jets and then the Bears. Then they go back on the road to the Steelers, come back home to host the Patriots, and then go back on the road to play Baltimore. That's their next 5 games.
Okay.
What do you think their record will be out of that 5? Like 0-5, 2-3, 3-2. Now again, they host the Jets, they host the Bears, they go to the Steelers, they host the Patriots, they go to Baltimore.
I don't think they're gonna be 3-2.
3-2. What's the 2 you got them lose?
Pittsburgh and Patriots.
That's 2 back to back. So they'll pick up the next 2, putting them at what? Putting them at 5-4. Then lose and what? So now they're at 5-6 when they're going into Baltimore. I don't know. Look, hey man.
I gotta see, but I'm gonna revisit that because I gotta see how Baltimore look.
No, for sure. It's all speculation, but no, no, definitely. But I mean, looking at the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying? Like Flacco's revival show, you know what I'm saying, and his splash debut in Cincinnati set the stage. He looked composed, he looked clutch, reminding the league he still got gas in the tank. The momentum flip. The Bengals finally flipped their sluggish starts in the second half urgency. That turnaround might become the defining trait of this team's season. And then, you know what I'm saying, Rodgers had a mixed legacy night. 4 touchdowns wasn't enough to overcome those back-breaking picks. You know what I mean? It was a game of inches. Cincinnati's late poise versus Pittsburgh's late panic made all the difference. That's what this really, break down to. If you look, few takeaways from the game, some of the things we already spoke on. Like you said, Chase Brown was unstoppable. Not Chase Brown. Jamar Chase was unstoppable. He had his 16. Chase Brown was doing this thing too. But,
Yeah.
Jamar, he had 16 receptions. That's almost some dudes take like 3-4 games to get that.
Yeah.
He did that for 161 in the tug. Like, come on, man. We ain't talking about nothing. And like I said, Chase Brown still went for 108 himself. Look, all that mixed stuff that they had going on and whatever, however you want to say it, the defense pulled up, they delivered late, and they tightened up when it mattered the most. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Right now, might be at a season reset, man. Look, changes their whole narrative from hopeless to hopeful. And then right now, the ball is in their court and what they want to do with that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It's really what they want to do with that opportunity, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Who impressed you more, Joe Flacco or Jamar Chase?
Neither for real, bro. Because I had a feeling them two. Joe Flacco was that dude, man. Like you give him a receiver like Jamar Chase, man. Like you know what's going to happen. That's like guaranteed money. Like who impressed me more? What the defense impressed me more in the run game. For real.
If you was
They
doing
took
an
over.
offensive vote on one of them, like you be having them votes, and if they had both of them, like who would you?
Oh, which one would I pick? Hmm. Jamar, because it's tough to catch. Like he had 23 targets. It's tough to touch all 23 targets that come your way.
Of course, 16.
Flacco Flacco was putting that gen on the money, but like I said, it's tough to catch all those passes, bro. Like for real.
Do you think that this game proves that the Bengals are still alive in the AFC North?
Oh, very much. Not just the North, but the whole AFC.
Okay,
Cause they already up 2 games in the division.
true. Huh.
So like I said, they go play Pitt. Who's to say they probably beat Pittsburgh again?
Hey, stranger
Cause they
things
got
have
the
happened.
blueprint. They just beat them.
Stranger things happen. When last time they sweep them, we're gonna have to check that out for the next preview.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. We'll have to check it out.
And you get
Look,
and then like they play Pittsburgh, then Baltimore. You get 4-0 in the division. Like I know I'm speaking ahead, but I'm just like, shoot, you get a comfortable lead like that in the division.
yeah,
You back in it.
true, 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 true.
Shoot.
Um, look. So let me ask you this: do you think that the Steelers' defensive issues is is a one-off thing, or this gonna be a trend?
Um, I think it's gonna be a trend, bro.
Mm. Let me see who they got. Who those they next? Let's see what they talk. Let me see. Why you think it's gonna be a trend? What make you say that?
Cause like it won't just only on their cornerbacks and stuff like that. They linebackers wasn't even getting to the quarterback, bro. Like they wasn't even getting to Joe Flacco, and then when he burst out and ran, like that's the least y'all could do. I understand about Chase Brown,
Mm. Look.
so that's
This go ahead.
no. I would say so. So that's like that's subject to change too. Like Dylan Gabriel is way. Joe Flacco is a way upgrade quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. So yeah, the defense last week got to set and feast on the young quarterback, but they didn't do that this week against the older quarterback. That some of them I'm familiar with. But go ahead, bro.
Hey, look, this the Steelers next 5 games. They host the Green Bay Packers next.
Mm,
They got 2 back-to-back home games too. They host the Green Bay Packers next. Then
mm,
they host the Indianapolis Colts.
mm,
They go on the road to play the Los Angeles Chargers,
mm,
come back to play the Bengals,
mm,
and then they go to Chicago to play the Bears. And
mm,
just for context, because I can see it, they come back home to host the Bills at Green
mm,
Bay, Indy, Chargers, Bengals, Bears, Bills. That's
They play
six
at
for
they
them.
play at Green Bay.
They play home. Green Bay come to them. The Colts come to them. They
Oh,
go to
I
the
think
Chargers.
well,
The Bengals come to them. They go to the Bears. The Bills come to them. They only got they got 4 home games out of these next 6 games. They only travel hit the road twice.
I think they're gonna beat Green Bay.
Who Green Bay got this Sunday? You remember? I should know.
Green Bay got. We just picked that game too.
Off the top of my head.
We was talking about that game earlier this morning. I was like, I just said something about them playing who.
Green Bay. But yeah, they
That's it.
it's gonna be
I
interesting
want
to
to see
see.
this y'all. And I did hear his interview when he was like, they play his former team next. Aaron Rodgers said that they're gonna win the sports shows.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a 4-4 record.
Yeah, they play Arizona next.
Oh,
They
mm,
don't
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they got that for sure, man. Look. Aaron Rodgers, look, he still seemed to be elite, right? But do you think he's
Yeah.
still a clutch quarterback?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't lose the clutch game, man.
You know, that's a,
Right.
don't lose that.
You seen that pass get down there, man. Right.
Hey, nah, you know what, man? That's AR-12, man. Respect to him, man. You gonna be all
Yeah.
right, man. I'm rooting for you. You gonna be all
Yeah.
right. Keep
One of
doing
the
what you
greatest,
do.
man.
Keep doing what you do, man. Hey, at the end of the day, Joe Flacco just reminded everyone that experience beats height. The
Mm-hmm.
Bengals didn't just survive; they revived and pumped it all up back to where they needed to be.
Yeah.
Hey, that's right or wrong. Now they back in it, man. They back in and sitting at 3-4. Sent the Steelers down to 4-2. Got a 2-game lead in the division. Hey, the Bengals might be back in it. Watch out for that rumble in the jungle because it could be coming straight to you.
Who that?
Straight to you. Hey, we appreciate it all. Thank you for coming through and hanging out with Club 32. If you want to get on the show, just email us at club32gp@gmail.com. Subject line Club 32 guest. Make sure to follow at Club 32GP on all social platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And we're going to come to more and let you know when we get there too. Stay connected with the club for all your NFL breakdowns and your chances to be a guest on the show and represent your squad the way they're meant to be represented. Until next time, it's been real. And good luck with your team because we're going to talk about them too. Appreciate you. Be safe. We out.